Every month here on the channel, we set a theme for what type of games will be the focus of that month. February was 3D platformers, March has been games of choice, and now we'll have to figure out next month, so if you have any theme suggestions, please let me know in the comments. For this month's theme of choice, I didn't just focus on the genre of choices matter, but any game where choice was a major component of its gameplay, which led to different games like the Uncertain series, Moricarta, Pillars of the Earth, arguably Oh Dear could also go on there, and I also played Monster Prom, The Wolf Among Us, I started Steins Gate, but put that down because I realized how long that would be, and I had just started the gaming experiment with Yakuza, as well as played a few others. And this idea came from my journey to play through and catalog all the games I've ever purchased and never played since starting my Steam account back in 2010. I hope that this would help narrow down the options and make choosing games to play a little easier, no pun intended. And of all of them this month, the most memorable for me would have to have been Pillars of the Earth because of its story, and Moricarta because of how captivated I was by its gameplay. And after playing all of these different games, I was surprised what I found out to be the common thing that, at least from my perspective, made them successful. Going into this month, I was positive that the choices themselves were what made games like these captivating. By giving me the ability to choose how things played out, I was positive that I would feel more invested in the story, as if I was there making these important choices a part of the narrative, and I was a little bit right about that. The best example that comes to mind is from a game that I didn't play this month, but many years back, that to this day I still regard as one of the greatest games I've ever experienced, and that's the original Life is Strange. There were several key moments throughout that game that were extremely powerful because of the choices that I had to make on the fly or in the moment that had huge consequences tied into all of the options available. And I truly believe that without those moments of choice, the game still would have been hugely impactful, but nowhere to the same degree. On the flip side, there was a game I played called The Council, where choices were a key part of its gameplay, but I ended up with a mediocre experience at best because what I didn't know at the time, the choices I was making led me to what's considered to be one of the worst endings of the game. So after playing through all these different games throughout the month and reflecting on some of my favorite experiences in the past that were built on the idea of choices, I've come to the conclusion that it's not choices that make these games so impactful or powerful. Life is Strange has strong writing, Moricarta has a great card system, The Pillars of the Earth has a narrative that comes straight from a #1 worldwide best-selling novel. Even if you remove the ideas of choices from these video games, they still would have been incredibly moving and compelling video games. Although I don't really know how you could remove the idea of choice from a from a card game.